Hang on, let's go back to Zoom and start recording. Got it. Hello, everyone, and hopefully I've got it right this time. And we're now live on YouTube. I want to check in with you, and I'm getting a feedback. Hang on, let me turn the sound down on this. Ooh. Okay, so what we've got a bit of delay, so I'm hoping that this is not going to come out on the recording. What we're doing today, this is an experiment. As you can tell, I'm not very au fait with how this works. So let's give this one a go. When you are doing on-camera work, okay, I'm finding this really quite confusing. Let me put the YouTube down for now. Oh, I'm not sure how to do this, but let's see. Okay, I'm finding this really quite confusing. Okay, let's carry on and see what happens. So, doing a video work. Let me take you back in time to a time that you probably don't remember. In fact, you're very unlikely to remember. When you were a newborn. So, as a newborn, you are very much at the whim of your sensations. The first thing you need to do is really home in, recognize one, mum's voice, two, mum's smell, and three, mum's face. These were really important to get hold of because this was your link for survival. You needed to be aware of where the source of food came. Those are hardwired. Those are very primeval senses. And I want to pick up on the last one, the visual thing, particularly around faces. If you're a parent, particularly if you're a mother, go back to that time when you were literally nursing your baby and they were looking up at you because they knew that you were the source of food. You were the source of survival. The reason I'm mentioning this is because we are hardwired to look at faces. And that's great. We're hardwired to look at faces. We look for that connection. Now, in Western cultures, that has continued in that we like to look people in the eye. That's not the case all across the world. I appreciate that. But let's focus at the moment for the Western way of thinking. We want to look at faces. Okay, so what does that translate to when you're doing a video, either live or recorded, that you're going to put up onto YouTube, socials, your Facebook, your website, wherever? How does that translate? Well, what you can see at the moment is I am looking directly at you because I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at my face, which is down here. Can you see the difference, the shift there? When I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at you. When I'm looking at my face, I'm looking in a different direction. So when you are recording, particularly on your phone, remember where the camera is. Now, I've got a pretty picture on my camera, my thing. But look, there, it's nicely flashing up for you. That's where the camera is. So if you are looking at yourself, you're looking at the face, because we're drawn to it. Remember, this is hardwired. You end up looking down here and talking to your face and not the camera, not the audience. Now, that can be a bit disconcerting if you are on the other end. You're looking at this video of somebody looking elsewhere. Again, you on the receiving end are hardwired to think they're not looking at you. They're not paying attention to you. They're not speaking to you. Now, can you see how that is really important? Because if you want to make a connection, you know, sort of head and heart with your audience, then looking at them is so important, because the person on the other end will feel as though they're talking to me, which is really important, because, as I said, you want that connection there. So consciously think, where is the camera at all times? Know where it is. So if you are that way around, where are we? It's down here on my camera, on my phone. Where is it on yours? If you're this way up, it's up here. Where's it gone? There. Now, some of the clients that I've worked with have really struggled with this, because, as I said, it's hardwired that we look at faces. So there's an element of consciousness, an element of decision, intention about this. So don't laugh. I created this. Can you see that? Because it's hardwired that we it's a face. I've drawn a face on a piece of paper, and look, there's a hole cut out. I've actually got clients to do this. As you can see, it's not exactly high tech, but you put this over the camera on your phone, or you can put it over the camera on your desktop, on your laptop. That will then enable you to still look at a face. So you're satisfying that part of your brain that says, I need to look at a face. And you're looking, there you go. You can see just a hint of what it looks like on the side view. You get the idea then that you're looking at the face, you're looking through the eye, you're looking at somebody's eye, which satisfies your evolutionary need, and you're looking directly at the camera. You're looking directly at the person who's watching your video. So I invite you to think about, next time you're doing anything that involves a camera, whether it be online or whether it be on a phone, where is the camera in this particular device? And focus on that window, that lens, rather than your gorgeous face as you're talking. Now, that's when you're doing a piece to camera. If you are on a Zoom call, I'm recording a lot of podcasts at the moment, ready for our launch for From Page to Stage, which comes up, there's a clue, 7th of April for the US and Canada, and the 8th of April for the rest of the world. Watch out for more information on that, because we will be doing a launch party. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is because when I'm doing recordings or any Zoom call on a one-on-one, the classic view is of us having it side by side. And then, because we're hardwired to look at faces, people will be looking at me like this. And, well, that's great, except that if you're doing a podcast recording, you kind of want people to look at the camera. So this is where I suggest you put it into speaker view, so that you are in the top in a little window up here, and the main speaker is underneath you. So the difference between looking directly at the camera and looking slightly down to the person that is speaking, looking at camera, looking at the person immediately below, down there, up there, it's not that big of a difference. It's not that big of a shift, as opposed to looking here and looking up there. Now, that really does give a bit of a clue. I wish I could show you this, but I can't as we're going live. but I will at one point do a loom on this. So remember, if you're doing a live, if you're doing a Zoom call, particularly if you're doing a podcast that's going to be going out on a on a video version, YouTube, like we're doing here, what I'm going to say is remember to set to speaker view. Then you can particularly look down. You'll still satisfy your need to look at a face, and the other end will really feel as though they are being spoken to as well. Enjoy. I trust this has been a useful tip for you, because the video work is so important as part of our work as speakers. Because the thing is, you can connect with people. People want to know what you're like, because they will buy you and your message. Your message comes alive through you as you speak about it, particularly online. So there you go. That's what I got for you today. The biggest mistake we often make is focusing on our faces and not the camera. Enjoy. We'll see you very soon. For now, bye from me. So there you go. That's what I got for you. We often is focusing on our faces and not the camera. Enjoy. We'll see you very soon.